Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I invite the energy of healing to encapsulate my whole and holy being. Interestingly, before sitting down to record this, I started feeling not so great. And then I looked at the energy and that we have the sun at 11 degrees, which is the healing degree. And I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. So let us all feel well together, hopefully. So for Tuesday, we had the first part of the yod unfold. We had Mercury in conjunct Neptune. Now, as of this recording, it hasn't quite happened yet, but I also wonder if this is part of my feeling not so great. The second part, Mercury in conjunct Pluto, happens today. So this is all part of this mercurial yod that we have going on that's helping us process past karmic layers. And there is some mental process in this, right? I spoke about like the looping and the echoes, these pieces of the onion that are like, hi, I'm back. And you're like, great, okay. The morning of Wednesday, the early morning of Wednesday is definitely interesting energy between the in conjunct, and we have a square between Mars and Libra with the moon in Capricorn. These energies are definitely not get up and go kind of energies. There's definitely a little combativeness, and it might not even be you fighting with anybody outside of yourself. It might be you fighting with yourself over what to do, which way to do, how to do it, any of those things. So you may just find yourself, one part of your mind is saying this, one part of your mind is saying this, you know, your mind is saying you have to get up and go do this thing, your body's like, oh no you don't. So just be aware that this energy, yeah, and lean in to what is ultimately going to be healing for you in this. That moon in Capricorn, Mars and Libra energy may have you fighting with yourself about the shoulds. And Pluto is a reminder, what is the empowered place to hold in this for you? And what your empowered place is and what my empowered place is might be different. The top of the cards, we have the comparison, right? It's different energy. So it's really finding and figuring out what that alignment is. Now we also have Mercury and Uranus in a square. And so the mental energies are also worrying about. Sleep might be weird. I'm still hearing really interesting dreams, which makes sense with Saturn back in Pisces, but interesting dream energy will also be continuing through this if you're able to sleep. As these mental energies shift and change, I really do feel like overall that Uranus and Gemini is going to help us be elevated in our thoughts, in our mentality, in how we even utilize our thoughts. But we may have to recognize and process out some of the repeating patterns. And this is also part of the healing. This is also part of wellness. Our mind plays a really big part of that. So be aware of that with everything going on. The last transit happens, again, pretty early in the day, pretty early in the morning. And that has the moon opposite Jupiter. So moon in Capricorn, Jupiter in Cancer. Again, there's just these tugs, these pushes and pulls between the shouldy and the nurturing energy. And so you've really just got to find your personal balance, your personal way to move through these and not try to like fight or hate on yourself as you move through this. I think this card is very applicable for today, moment by moment or moment to moment. One moment you might need to rest and be nurtured, the next you might want to be on the go, and you've really just got to listen to yourself, listen to your heart, listen to your inner light to help guide you forth on this. We do have some inner child energy showing up, and it looks like Venus will be hitting 11 degrees in Leo today. So again, the healing degree. So in your downtime specifically, you may have some stuff bubble up, but it might be also some of the places where your inner child faced and obeyed the shoulds instead of listening to their self, and where you as an adult follow that same pattern and that same process, and that's something that's needing to shift in you at this time. So awareness of that. How do you come into harmony within yourself, right? How do you get your mind and heart working together in coherence? And I like to say beyond that, your body and your spirit and your soul. You are this collective, and truly to be in your alignment, we've got to get everything working together harmoniously. So that's the goal, and that's part of the work of Virgo, and it bridges on over into Libra a little bit. Card for today from Herbal Astrology Oracle. It's actually great. It's lemon balm, which can be so calming and soothing and nurturing, kind of like Jupiter and Cancer energy. Oh, it actually has Jupiter. It has Jupiter and Ceres as its planetary guidances. You can see their little glyphs up there. So on point, right? This is a call, this is a day to tend to your wellness, and that involves always some layers of nurturing. So lemon bulb, the word actually is nurture. So the upright for this is Earth Mother, access the ways of the earth, planetary guardian, balance of feelings and emotions, and nurturance. The guidance is give yourself, inner child, give yourself permission to mother the deepest core of yourself. Listen to your inner child. Retrieve the unconscious parts of your past. Forgive yourself and liberate the inner child that has remained silenced. Lemon balm assists us in reconnecting to the gentle power of nurturance. Her soft and gentle touch reminds us to connect to the Great Mother in all shapes and forms. The medicine of honeybee is here to serve you, prompting you to ask yourself, where can I soften and receive? How can I access my inner child to access great wholeness? There's the wholeness word. I was like, did I read that sentence right? But I did. Honeybee symbolizes the magic of nectar, vitality, prosperity, and the great inner and outer wealth that is ahead. That's funny that they mentioned the word wealth, because that's a word I've been playing with in my mind. Because a lot of people say health and wealth, but I've been really playing with the energy of in wealth, and how like wellness really is like the greatest wealth, right? And so that's just kind of been my mantra lately, is like wealth, and really feeling the wellness of wealth and trusting in the abundance of that. As I'm sitting here telling you, I don't feel great, but I also know, like, with rest and nurturance, I can also feel better, and I know how to do that, and that is also wealth. So there you go. You can book a reading, reach out to me, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. I've also been starting to offer clearings, which is done with like a pendulum and these charts, and I just find them to be so helpful in my life, and they've been very helpful for those who have accepted clearings. So if that's something you're interested in, you can reach out. We can talk about that. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light, my light is off tonight, whatever, but may your guiding light be strong, and know that you can trust the process. Namaste.